I'm pretty sure the last few videos I've kind of been blown out light-wise. With 3 lights, I was running them at pretty high outputs, and I guess I probably don't need like all 3 lights to be at 100%. So I've got them at like 40 and 30 and 40% output, and let's see if there's a little more definition in this lovely mug. So, and to celebrate this auspicious occasion of being a little smarter, working smarter, not harder, using the tools right, whatever, I have a beer from a brand that I have struggled to review in the past. In fact, last time I reviewed them, I believe I talked about how I had struggled to review them in the past. I have multiple videos from this brand that I never uploaded because I didn't feel I could do them justice. This is Zoiglhaus, the brewery out of Portland, Oregon, which specializes in traditional German style. Though this is not a German style, this is a porter, Zoigl-Porter. You recognize them because all their beers have Zoigl in the name. And yeah, so let's see if I can do better than not screwing it up. Or sorry, doing better than screwing it up in this video reviewing the Zoigl-Porter with my lights at half strength. It feels like they filled this can kind of full. As I open the can, the liquid's like right there at the top. And usually there's a little bit of a headroom in there, but whatever. Another classic Zoigl thing is this checkerboard pattern across their, or I guess a diamond pattern across their cans. And also I want to say they were one of the ones that around COVID had some note about how they were reusing cans by using these labels rather than like the can being printed or something. And so they said, yeah, it's the label on the outside that matters. We might have repurposed cans previously intended for a different beer, and so there might have been multiple layers of labels on some of the cans, which was kind of funny. I believe I had a few of those. But anyways, a Zoiglhaus Porter. So I have really enjoyed the Zoiglhaus beers I've had in the past. I've enjoyed the ones I've enjoyed. I've enjoyed all of the Zoiglhaus beers I have drunk. They have all been good beers. Like keep in your fridge kind of beers. It's a great expression of the style. And if you want to keep a good version of a Pilsner and a good version of an amber or a brown or whatever Hefeweizen, you just keep the Zoiglhaus because you know it's going to be good. So, but this is my first 6-pack of porters. I believe this is probably the 4th can that I've had of them, and I have enjoyed them so far. So preview, I enjoy this beer, and it's from a brewery whose beers I typically enjoy. But let's see what it's like. That's pretty rich for a porter. It's not a bad thing. Maybe even a little bit of brownie because that chocolate porter. That's interesting. I don't think it says anything about chocolate on it. Yeah, interesting. Yeah, okay. Definitely roasty. Yeah, some roasty character to it. So roasty, cocoa, maybe some caramel or a toffee, like a salty caramel. But it's like a super dark, like a Ghirardelli, triple chocolate brownie, the ones you get at Costco in the big box, the mix you get at Costco, and then you take it home and you mix some stuff in and you bake it, and it's like the best brownie ever. Yeah, that. But also, like, it goes so far as to almost get syrupy, almost like molasses-like as well. So it's all dark aromas. Dark things. Without really being overwhelming. I mean, this is basically refrigerator temperature. I've had it out for 3-4 minutes, maybe 5 minutes by now. And so it's not like blowing anything out. It's not a huge bouquet. It is, it's just there. And when you stick your nose in deep enough, there's a lot there. Yeah, that roasty, almost smoky. That's pretty nice. So yeah, roasty, smoky, and light cocoa is like the primary predominant aroma. You stick your nose in deep enough, you get the caramel, like the caramel or the toffee, and the molasses. Yeah, it's a decent spread. It's all flavors you'll expect to find in a beer of this color. It's a nice beer. You might worry with those aromas that it's going to be real punch in the face, super powerful, a stout porter kind of thing more than a porter. But it's not. It stays, the volume on this one only goes up to 8 or 9. It doesn't go up to 11, right? And that's just what you want from a porter. It has to be satisfying and filling without being like knock you on your seat, right? And this does that. It has all the flavor, but it's just not overblown. I would say the roasty smokiness and the chocolate are kind of reversed in this one, where it's mostly like this super dark chocolate, nice chocolate brownie, and then the roasty is further down. And if anything, it's this really kind of deft hop finish, I think, that kind of scores the roasty smoky character. So you still have these dark flavors on your tongue, and then there's this bitterness. And I suppose it kind of reads in some sense like a cocoa powder, like a baker's chocolate, and that roasty smokiness. I think the smoothness of this would work very well for braising meats in preparation for making it chili. In the past, and I believe I've mentioned this before, we have used Iron Horse's dark lager, Iron Horse Brewing's Irish Death, that one, as a very excellent flavor starter for the braising portion of a roast. You braise it you braise the roast in beer, in Iron Horse's Irish Death, and then once that's done and well cooked, then you cube that up and turn that into a chili in that whole pot. So you've got all that fond, all those delicious, super amazing flavors in there, and it's kind of built on a very nice dark beer. I think this would work excellently for that, for a few reasons. Even though it has a chocolate, brownie, even molasses, and maybe toffee and caramel kind of note going on, the sweetness is really dialed back. Also, even though it has the hops playing this role of kind of a roasty finish or close on the beer, they're really mild hops. And so the things that you would not want in a beer to cook with are very dialed back and mild in this. And the flavors that are there, I can think of nothing but goodness that they would add to a deliciously succulent chili. I might have to get a few more cans of this because, the other thing about the Iron Horse Irish Death is it comes in the tall cans. So you only need one until you feel like you have enough to braise your beer with, and I would probably need 2 of these. So I'm probably gonna suggest that to my wife next time she does chili. He hasn't done chili too many times this winter. I think it's time to remedy that. Huh, I think we're having people over in the next few weeks. I might suggest that. Anyways, yeah, good. I am enjoying this quite a lot. This is a 3-star beer. It has beautiful, dark, chocolate, cocoa, roasty, smoky, toffee kind of flavors and aromas without being over the top or just too much, without getting into the stout territory. It has tons of flavor, but it just feels restrained without being weak. And that's really nice. I can't ask for anything more in a porter beer. And so I'm not going to ask any more of it. This is a 3-star beer. It is a good beer, and it is well worth trying if you can find it. Being out of Portland and being a pretty small brewery, I would be very surprised if anybody west of here or east of here could find it. I'm not in Portland. I'm only a couple hours north. But I have some bottle shops that always have a section of Zoiglhaus on their shelves. But yeah, outside of the Northwest, I'm not sure how easy it will be to find. I don't know if Taver sells it. But yeah, it's a good beer, and it's well worth buying if you can buy it and enjoy it, especially now in the chilly and gray season of the year. Anyways, this is me, Matthew. I have been drinking and definitely enjoying Zoigl-Porter by Zoiglhaus out of Portland, Oregon. Another excellent beer by them, and I will catch y'all on the flip side.